Hello, fellow viewers of the internet. We are going to be reacting to one of the coolest YouTubers I have ever seen. Tair's new. I don't know if you've heard of him. He kind of makes like animal videos and he turns them into like video games. He makes like tier lists about them. And yeah, see here's the cat tier list right there. That's not the one we're reacting to, but yeah. He's actually a really good really good YouTuber. I really love his videos. They're so fun to watch. They're so great. The guys should definitely check him out at the end of this video or right now. I really don't care. If you like animals or video games or even both like myself or all three also like myself, this guy is definitely the one for you. But anyway, we're going to be reacting to the primate tier list because why the heck not? It came up on my YouTube recommended. So, wait, let me turn my volume up first. And I'm going to turn captions on so that way I can talk while the video is playing and you could... So, this way so you can watch the video without having to listen to me talk.
Teeth. Claws. Speed. Power. Long ago, ancient reptiles ruled the meta...
Hold up, why are the subtitles in Spanish? Hang on. Yeah, let me change that. English. There we go.
Terror. No off-meta builds could even stand a chance in this expansion. No class had ever held the top spot for as long a time as the dinosaurs did.
There we go.
But at the height of their dominance, they were nerfed. For a while, this created a huge power vacuum. But once the jank strats fell by the wayside, it became clear what the new best guild...
Yeah, I think it is the Avatar, the Last Airbender theme song.
Was.
Cool.
Today, we'll talk about the build that changed the world.
Whoa! Oh, so cool! That was such a cool intro!
Now, the primate tier list is weird. Most tier lists I've done resemble a bell curve. But for primates, it's actually the opposite. Huh. There is no average primate. None in C or B tier. Okay, instead, all of them are clustered in the bottom tiers and the top tiers. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so primates are divided into two guilds, the Pro-Simians and the Simians. The Pro-Simian guild includes lemurs, tarsiers, aye-ayes, bush babies, and lorises.
Hang on, let me pause. No! Hang on, I want to...
Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so primates are divided into two guilds, the Pro-Simians and the Simians.
That, I think, the Simian on the right, I think that might be a bonobo. No, wait, no, that's a gorilla. And then on the left, I think that's a tarsier.
Pro-Simian guild includes lemurs, tarsiers, aye-ayes, bush babies, and lorises.
Yeah, aye-aye. That, I think, might be a diadem sophaca lemur right there. A slow loris, a tarsier, and... Wait, no, that's the tarsier, and that's the bush baby. Wait, okay, I realize that you can't see me pointing. So, the top left, I think, is the sophaca lemur. The middle is the aye-aye. The top right is a tarsier, I think. The bottom left is a bush baby. And then the slow loris is on the bottom right.
While you might think of primates as being really intelligent animals, Pro-Simians are actually quite average compared to other mammals, and don't have any unique intelligence-based abilities. No specialized social behavior, no tool use, no outsmarting opponents or setting traps. No, these builds generally focus on fundamentals like foraging and climbing. The one special perk they have is superb night vision. But there's a reason they had to spec into that. Most nocturnal builds choose those types of abilities because they either like hunting under cover of darkness, or they prefer to avoid being active during the hottest parts of the day.
Phew, the lizard made it.
Endlessly smooth chocolate for starting something.
But Pro-Simians aren't either of those things. So why are they all nocturnal? The reason is because they get completely bodied by the other primate guild, the Simians. They're completely unable to compete with them, and have essentially been forced into the nocturnal playstyle. This is highlighted by the fact that in the Madagascar server, where there are no...
Good movie franchise and TV series. Changed my mind. Anyway, Madagascar is the one place in the world that I would love to go to. I probably never will, but Yeah, well, that's like the one place that I would love, that I would practically die to go to.
Simian primates. All of the pro-simian players drop their nocturnal perks in favor of better base stats. So by now you probably guessed correctly that this division is the reason for the bimodality on the tier list. Pro-simians are all low tier, the lowest being builds like the Ii, which wasted most of its evolution points specking into a long, thin claw, which they used to drill into wood similar to a woodpecker. This fragile weapon isn't much good on defense, and since it obviously doesn't have the mobility a woodpecker does, it can't really do much against those predators once the drilling sound gives its location away.
Yeah, fun fact about it, the Iis are actually the only primate that have claws instead of nails, like we do. So, yeah. Fact of the day.
Highest pro-simian has to be ring-tailed lemurs, because they actually do have a decent social structure and reasonably high intelligence, and also aren't completely locked into the arboreal zone like other lemurs. Still, they have yet to unlock tool use and have almost zero offensive capabilities or defensive moves other than simply fleeing. So they have a long ways to go before they break out of...
Hold up. Let me take a look at the tier list. I'm going to take the subtitles off, actually. I changed my mind. So, yeah, D tier is the wing-tailed lemur. At the bottom of the II, and then I think the tarsier, and then I think it's the mini monkeys from the Amazon rainforest. At the top of the F tier, and the right there in between the mini monkey and the other one. I don't know.
E tier. Now that that's out of the way, let's move on to the more relevant group, simians. Characterized by their high base stats, complex social structure, and extreme versatility, simians are the best generalists in the entire game. But this comes at a cost. High base stats, especially...
Good movie! The live-action Jungle Book movie was very good. You can change my mind. Actually, no, you can't. I stand by that movie. That live-action Jungle Book movie was really good.
Intelligence require a lot of food to maintain. And so while these builds are definitely some of the best in the game, they're also some of the most difficult. Making the most of their kit is essential to securing the best loot. You simply can't settle for common or uncommon drops. You have to be constantly pursuing epic and legendary sources of sustenance. In addition, their low stealth across the board means you have to remain vigilant at all times and always be prepared to ward off more aggressive players. So let's talk about where each simian build falls and how to maximize their effectiveness. So at the bottom of simians we have monkeys, which are also divided into two groups, Old World and New World. These two groups play on different servers.
Yeah, I wonder why they called it New World and Old World. I think it's because humans as a species originated in Africa and then migrated to the Americas. So therefore the Old World, in air quotes, is, well, as you can see on this map, everything else. Because that's where humans originally colonized first. I think that's why it's called that, but I'm not sure. I'll look it up later.
And are also rather different from each other. New World monkeys easily have Old World monkeys beat when it comes to mobility,
us included,
due to their special ability, Prehensile Tail. This gives them much higher arboreal mobility and makes reaching loot such as eggs and fruit very easy. Spider monkeys are the best example of this, and are the best New World monkey build. However, what they gain in mobility, they've clearly sacrificed from their other stats, having lower intelligence and much lower power. Couple this with the fact that the jungles of Central and South America have some of the fiercest competition imaginable, and it's undeniable that Old World monkeys are in a much better spot in the meta. They don't have the prehensile tail ability, but this is because they're much more versatile. Unlike New World monkeys, which rarely ever come down from the treetops, Old World monkeys are well suited both for climbing and for running on the ground. Since they don't need to worry about whether or not trees can support their weight, ditching this restriction also allows them to bulk up, leading to some genuinely beefy builds, such as the baboon. The best Old World monkey is the mandrill, which combines power and intimidation with aesthetics for a truly threatening fighter. Monkeys are a great build, but to really take primate gameplay to the next level, apes are the answer. For the sake of time, I'm going to skip over lesser apes, because to be honest, gibbons and siamangs are about the same as monkeys in viability. I rate them the same as I rate baboons. What I want to talk about are the great apes.
By the way, I think a howler monkey could actually qualify as a gibbon. I mean, it's a monkey. It's most closely related to a monkey, but it acts more like a gibbon than an actual monkey.
Great apes are the pinnacle of versatility, combined with high intelligence, mobility, and power.
The best time to get a Reese's? Anytime.
The first great ape on the tier list is the orangutan. Again, all apes are good, but obviously one of them had to be the lowest. And while orangutans are strong, they aren't the strongest. They're mobile, but not the fastest. And they're smart, but not the smartest. They're also the least social of all apes, and therefore are the most vulnerable to surprise attacks from players who use stealth, such as snakes and leopards. Perks include...
And eagles. There's also eagles there too.
Opposable thumbs, tool use, and nest building. I see them as a great beginner class, since they're great for learning the basics of primate gameplay, before getting into more advanced techniques. Next up is the chimpanzee. Chimps are the fastest of the apes, being extremely quick on the ground and in the trees. While they have the means to access high-level loot spawns, like canopy fruit or bird eggs, they're also excellent pack hunters. You all know I always have to praise pack hunting, although in this case it's not quite as impressive, since mostly they use teamwork to grief weaker and more mobile players, as opposed to taking on bosses as a group. Second from the top is the gorilla, the primate with the highest power, defense, and HP.
King Kong.
With their high-level social structure and insanely high base strength, there's really nothing that can pose any sort of challenge to them, as long as they remain with their party. That is, except for our #1 highest rated build of all time.
I wonder what it's gonna
There's no
be.
question, humans are by far the most successful class ever seen in the game. I've gotten a fair number of YouTube comments, Reddit posts, and Twitter DMs saying something like, I don't know if humans are really all that OP. Listen, not only are you wrong, but you've also got to be in denial if you think there's any builds more effective than humans out there. Obviously, we have to talk about their intelligence stat. It's the highest in the game by a huge margin, and this allows them to build equipment which raises their other stats, except HP, to near maximum as well. Gorillas are 10 times stronger than them until they equip one of their signature weapons. Cheetahs are more mobile than them until they equip a mount.
Yeah, as much as I would love to be anything but a human, it's actually a good thing that I am, based on what he's saying right now. So as cool as it would for me to be anything but a mammal, it's actually would be a downgrade. Humans are definitely, sorry, my bad. We are clearly in the best spot in the entire meta, in the entire everything.
Armadillos have higher defense until they craft their own armor. The bases they create for their clans are unparalleled, and their social structure is second only to social insects. But the thing is, humans are so overpowered that you could take all of this away, and they'd still have an argument for #1. Nerfing.
Where have I heard that before?
Humans' intelligence stat so that it's in line with other high intelligence builds like dogs, elephants, and other apes, and you're still left with all of their other broken abilities that they have. There are a lot of them, but I'll quickly go over the top 3. Humans have ridiculous stamina regeneration. While outclassed in sheer speed by a good portion of other builds, humans regenerate their stamina so fast that speed becomes almost totally irrelevant on defense. The best ground-based mobility builds in the game, such as horses, dogs, antelope, and cheetahs, can easily outrun humans, but sooner or later, a human will always catch up to them. Humans can use the fling projectile skill better than any other build, while other primates, as well as a few others, can pick up items and throw them. Humans can do so further, harder, and more accurately than all others. Lastly, humans allied themselves with specific bacterial support classes, which provide them with a unique power-up, bonus experience. Humans get more XP from loot they consume than other players because of this, and this helps them level up faster and supports their high intelligence and food cost. Those 3 abilities combined would make any other mid to high tier build top tier in a heartbeat. Max intelligence or not. Thank you all for watching, and as always, if you got a suggestion for a build...
Yeah, definitely. Go check him out. Go check out Tierzoo. He's a really great YouTuber. I pretty much just praised him at the beginning of this video, but definitely go do that. That's it for me right now. So, goodbye.